Hey everybody, it's Doug Green and I'm the publisher of Technology Reseller News, and I'm very pleased to have with me today Gareth Bray, Business Development Director at Premier CX. Gareth, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
So the big topic is WhatsApp, and if you are not already as a business dealing with this, knowing how to use it, knowing how to take advantage of it, understanding that customers want to use this platform to talk to you and buy things from you possibly, then you are missing out on something. That's the big picture that we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about that and much more. But Gareth, first of all, what is Premier CX?
So we are an agency that helps businesses with many aspects of their customer experience touch points. So our legacy business is in audio. We provide kind of audio recording for IVRs and things of that nature. Then we branched out into FAQ videos because people don't read FAQs anymore. Like if I want to fix my car, I don't go read the Haynes manual. I watch the YouTube tutorial, and that's what your customers want to do. So give them a video, not a wall of text. That then branched out into kind of agent training videos and things like that, and then into WhatsApp because with people were asking us about it. It's a big topic. I used to work at WhatsApp, so it's a topic I'm passionate about and love speaking about. So we set up a WhatsApp practice to help people kind of go on that journey from zero to how do I do this to just exploding on WhatsApp.
So Gareth, you know WhatsApp inside out. You were there.
I
You
was,
understand
yes.
inside. So, I think a lot of people encounter WhatsApp as a way to talk to other people, a way to text other people, maybe make calls and so on. Is this becoming now a real business platform?
Oh, 100%. It already is. Now, in certain areas of the world, it's already super obvious. The way the world kind of caught on to WhatsApp as a business tool was quite fragmented. It came in stages. So you had countries like India and Brazil that were really at the forefront of it and adopted super early. And were able to adopt super early because they didn't have a lot of the kind of legacy infrastructure that Western Europe and America did. So, they were already on a lot of these kind of cloud-based platforms that could integrate quickly and easily. So they jumped on it super early. And then it started to spread globally and pick up speed. And in the early ones, it's now the default. So more than 90% of people in India and Brazil talk to a business on WhatsApp. Then we saw kind of the Middle East, Africa, Asia Pacific, all just taking this technology and running with it. And Europe is now really catching on as well. Some of the biggest companies in Europe have adopted it. We have many companies we work with that have adopted it. So it's really growing now. The US is kind of in a different scenario because if you look at the public usage of WhatsApp everywhere else in the world, it's like the de facto standard of how to message people.
Right. Yeah.
It's ubiquitous. Everyone has WhatsApp. In the US, the kind of consumer app is still catching up. But I think the crucial thing there is it is catching up. You've already got 100 million users in the US, and it is growing as people start to appreciate the privacy benefits of WhatsApp over, say, SMS. So it's it's becoming huge globally. In certain parts of the globe, it's already the standard way to talk to a business.
And let's explore that. Why is it becoming so popular? You mentioned to begin with in parts of the world where there wasn't already a legacy system of doing commerce and
Mm.
communicating. So it's sort of in a sense jumped ahead. But it's now apparently becoming popular even where there was.
Yeah, yeah, and I think there's a couple of factors to this. So the first and most obvious one is meeting your customers where they are. And WhatsApp's got like 3 billion users globally. If you take out people who are too young to have a smartphone, you take out kind of areas where it's not available at all, like a billion people in China, then you're covering most of the world with WhatsApp. You know your customers are going to be there, and people like to be able to use the platform of their choice, the device of their choice. But I think the other really big one is the fact that everyone's now used to asynchronous, like text messaging, as a way to communicate with all sorts of people. And if you look at how we do business these days, like every business pretty much has like a Teams or a Slack. Um, Even in America, where WhatsApp isn't so prevalent, it's iMessage, right? So everyone is now used to asynchronous text as their most convenient form of communication in a business environment, in a personal environment. And if you think about how that translates into how you deal with your customers, especially in like a customer service environment, people are time poor these days. Nobody wants to sit there for 20 minutes on hold while they wait for a call to go through. Web chat isn't a lot more convenient because you're still chained to a device, and you can't leave it. You kind of still, you have to focus 100% on that thing. It's not truly asynchronous. Um, and you know, 60% of internet communication is on mobile, right? Nobody takes out their mobile phone and uses web chat. So if you want to be truly convenient for your customers, like it's about respecting their time. Asynchronous respects time. It doesn't demand focus. It doesn't demand attention. And we see it everywhere else. We see it business to business. We see it peer to peer. And now we're seeing it business to person.
And you said earlier, this also has to do with trust. If I'm using WhatsApp for many things, not just communication, it's something I trust. I enjoy using it. It's natural. I'm prone to actually be there to buy and sell things.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a platform people trust. It's like if you go and look at your WhatsApp messages now, at the top it will be like your partner, members of your immediate family, your closest friends, and there'll be a few groups like your football team or your book club or whoever it is. Like the things you care most about will be at the top of your WhatsApp chain. It's a really personal way to speak to customers.
So let's drill down to our level. So I am running a business, or I have clients who are obviously running a business. Is there an incentive then to get on board? And how do I do that?
Um, Absolutely, there's an incentive. So we have multiple surveys that show the effect on a business of rolling out WhatsApp. And there's all sorts of proof points available now because it has been in the world for like 4 or 5 years now. So you can get 54% increases in agent productivity. There is a well-known statistic that any text communication is 85% cheaper to service than a phone conversation. Then it's all about how do you get them on a text conversation? Well, the answer to that is give them the most convenient way to do it, the one that's in their pocket, the one that's asynchronous. Um, Even in terms of sales and marketing, every business that's tried it has kind of like over 90% have agreed that it's increased their revenues, it's increased their average sale, it's increased their retention, it's increased their customer satisfaction as well. I mean, we worked with one of the biggest supermarkets in the UK, and what they found was after a 3 month trial, they turned off all other forms of digital and just stuck with WhatsApp because not only was it great for their agents in terms of the agent productivity, but their CSAT on WhatsApp was higher than even phone. And you kind of look at that and you think, well, why is that? And there's again multiple driving factors. Like factor number one is people don't want to pick up the phone anymore. Like, and that gets worse the younger those consumers get. Like
Right.
you get below millennial, they do not want to talk to a human. They want to be able to sort their issue quickly, efficiently, but in a way that works for them. And I think that's truly huge. And Actually, with WhatsApp, what a lot of people don't realize is the level of customization and the level of AI, or the level of like back-end hookups you can do with other systems. You can really automate stuff. So you can hook it up to your CRM so that people can check where their parcel is, change their address, all of this sort of stuff. Um, and so now things that an agent would have had to do before can be done directly by the customer. So that's cheaper for the business. For the
Hmm.
customer, that service is now available to them 24/7 with no delay on their favorite platform. Like, this is one of those scenarios where it's a true win-win. Like, everyone is getting a good result here. There's absolute cost saving, there's absolute efficiency gains, but there's also this kind of, I've been helped instantly. My issue is sorted. I am very, very happy with this transaction. Um, and as AI kind of gets bigger and more prevalent and more popular, you've still got that thing about, right, okay, I've got an AI agent. How do I get someone to use it? And actually, hooking up that AI to a channel that people love means that they are more likely to make use of the investments you have made in that channel, on your AI, by accessing it on a convenient channel. So with the two together, you can have a real dream ticket. But then we come back to the other part of your question, like, how do you get started?
Right.
And I think in a lot of Europe and America, that's still that kind of thing. It's like, this all sounds really cool. What do I do? Like, and not many people realize that Meta have three WhatsApp products. They have the consumer app that everyone uses, they have the small business app, and then they have this API, which businesses can use to leverage WhatsApp at scale globally. And then you need software to use that. That's like saying email exists, but nobody's invented Outlook. Right, wicked. So you need software. So how do I get a good one? And then you need to build it. All of this stuff I've just mentioned, the automation, the hookup to AI, the integrations with CRM systems like SAP, Salesforce, whatever it is you're using. How do I do that? And there are very, very few experts to help you with that. Like, in my experience, what our customers want is not to be given like some new platform and be told, there you go, crack on, good luck with that. They want that white glove treatment. They want someone who knows what they're doing to kind of guide them through it, do the integrations, build the solutions. Because the channel is only one part of it. The solutions you create around that channel, that's what delivers the value to you, the cost savings to you. And that's what delivers that fantastic customer experience to your clients. So that's kind of what we do. That's the whole point of the business we've built here, is to really like be that person who can go, right, you're at zero, let's get you to amazing.
Yeah, let's spend just a little bit of time with that because I'd love to hear. I have a feeling a lot of my listeners and watchers, our viewers, are a little bit cold. You're literally walking into this cold. Maybe you have it on your phone. Maybe you're occasionally using this. You haven't really thought at all about how to implement it as a business. Give us a taste. Just give us a look at how you walk someone from, how did you put it, zero to great, or zero to
Zero to
valuable?
amazing, yeah.
Zero to
Yeah.
amazing. Okay.
So typically it involves kind of really digging deep on their customer journeys. Like, why are people contacting you? What are your top reasons for contact? And once you look at that, you kind of look at, well, what could we do on WhatsApp that would make this more convenient, that would save time, save money? I'll give you a great example. Everyone needs water, right? Everyone has a utility company. Um, and like, I don't know if you've been unlucky enough. I certainly have on numerous occasions to suffer a leak in my water. Like, I've had it both ways. I've had water coming out the ceiling, and I've had, like, my
Right.
garden is suddenly like a marsh. And so in order to establish like whether the leak is inside or outside, you have to find your stop tap. You have to kind of turn that off. You have to go find your meter. You have to then like take a reading, and you have to run water. The whole process takes like half an hour. Um, and we looked at that with some utility companies, and basically, if you serve those instructions on WhatsApp. Like you can put a video in WhatsApp that says, hey, go here, do this. Okay, once you've done all this, then like you know where the leak is coming from. So then we'll speak to an agent and we'll see what the agent needs to do to help you. But that's a great example where if you're a customer on the phone, that's quite stressful on the phone to an agent, and the agent's going, "Oh, go out, find the manhole cover your water meter in, lift it up, and all that." And you're kind of very aware that there's somebody on the phone waiting for you, and it's a little bit rubbish, and it's just stressful. Whereas if you've got a video on your phone, you can go out to that manhole cover. You can go, right, okay, pause it. What do I need to do now? Okay, go back. Wicked. Okay, all right, I've done that. Okay, right now put me through to an agent because I know what I'm doing. I know what the situation is. Like, there's no part of that journey that isn't better for all concerned. The agent hasn't wasted half an hour. They only have to deal with the critical bit of the issue. The consumer's been given the troubleshooting steps in a method that is like understandable, pausable, replayable, static, and they're in a much less stressful situation. And because it's asynchronous, again, like you may not have realized that that phone call was going to lead into a 45-minute like kind of, you might have to get the kids to school in 10, you know? So again, you're delivering that ability to kind of do what I need to do at a time that's convenient for me. So you take that as just one customer journey. That's one customer journey from one vertical. And we sit down and we design those journeys across multiple verticals for multiple customers and just make sure that at the end of that design journey, we then make it for you. Like we'll put it into WhatsApp, we'll design all the troubleshooting steps, we'll make the videos, we'll do all of that so that what's delivered is an incredible experience. And and suddenly you've kind of gone from zero to amazing without needing any additional knowledge, without needing to kind of figure out how to do all of that. You've just gotten all of the benefit of that.
I'm sorry to ask this, but is this financially within the range of a smaller business or a medium-sized business?
Yeah, it kind of depends on what you want. I mean, we've got kind of different solutions for different things, and we are not. I should point out, like we are not a technology platform. We don't sell a single technology
Right.
platform. We are an agency that has that expertise that can build these things, that can advise on these things. So the great thing about that is it gives us a lot of range in terms of the size of solution. So if what you need is very easy and very low end, then it's very cheap. If what you want is super complicated and needs to talk to like 5 different systems, that's more expensive because there's a lot of dev work to kind of hook it all up to the systems. But it is definitely within range. And one of the first things we do with any customer, any prospective partner, is we'll take them through a cost benefit analysis and go, look, we've got this experience that says, okay, password resets, we know we can probably deflect minimum 35%, up to 90% if you want to integrate an OTP. It's one of the most common inquiries across multiple businesses. It's like, right, how much are you spending on answering these password requests, reset requests, and all of this sort of stuff? And we go through that exercise and we make sure that whatever you're going to be spending, you're going to be saving more. So it's never really an outlay to put WhatsApp in. It's always either a cost saving measure, or on the other side, if you want to market super effectively, then more people will read it, more people will act on it. So it's a revenue generation type thing. But we never view it as an additional cost.
That's very interesting. So this is accessible, it's doable, and Gareth, I'm going to come back to what you were talking about earlier. It sounds so familiar. It sounds almost like at the dawn of going online and also the dawn of mobility apps and so on. If businesses that sort of just didn't do that were really left behind, really struggled to catch up later.
Yeah, it's a really, really good analogy for a number of reasons. You have this, you're absolutely right. You have the first wave was web, everyone needed a website. Now the notion of being a business without being a website is unthinkable, right?
Right.
And then you kind of got the second wave, which was everyone had an app. And that was fantastic until you realized that 80% of apps are completely dormant after 6 weeks. And everyone gets so many notifications from apps, the first thing they do is turn off the notification from that app.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so what's the antidote to that? Beyond the app, they're going to check daily because everyone checks WhatsApp every day, multiple times a day. And it is this third wave of commerce is conversational commerce. It's about having a presence on the platforms they're going to use. And again, just to like show you just how accurate your analogy is, like, okay, you couldn't have a business without being on the web. In many, many, many countries in the world now, all of South America, all of India, like you can't be a business without being on WhatsApp. Like it is coming and it is coming globally. Like America will be last, but Europe is kind of on that tipping point now where you're not going to have an option. You will need a conversational commerce or a conversational customer service type ability, and that's probably going to be on WhatsApp, right? Because it's the world's most popular messaging platform.
Well, Gareth, I really want to thank you for joining me today. This has been really interesting. I want to thank you for giving us a little bit of an education on WhatsApp, what's coming with WhatsApp, and the idea that there is actually a path. If you're really cold and you haven't really even started, you can get to, what is it, 0 to amazing?
Yeah.
Did I get that? Okay. All right. Gareth, where can we learn more about Premier CX?
So our website, premiercx.co.uk, we have a number of resources on there. We have an ebook you can download to talk about like what the art of the possible is on WhatsApp. We have a WhatsApp demo, and I always think it's easier to show than tell with WhatsApp because a lot of people don't realize like what the power of the platform is. The buttons, the list messages, the rich media, the video, all of this sort of stuff. So we have a demo you can go on and play with. We have multiple kind of examples of specific verticals, and we have multiple examples of just cool things you can do, like promote products. So we have the ebook, we have the demo, go on there, have a look, and if it's something that interests you, reach out and I'll be more than happy to have a conversation.
And I have to say, you actually start out with people with the tool that they're going to eventually use themselves, with a video, with an explanation, with a video.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, I hope that we have a future podcast about this so that we can actually dive more into some of the issues and some of the ways that you help, for example, that company expand revenue, cut their costs, and so on. I'd love to hear more about that. But for now, thank you very much indeed for joining me.
Again, thanks for having me. It's been great.